Everyone was trying to make a better candle, better wax, better fragrance, longer burn time. In a saturated candle market, brands were fighting for attention by competing on product features. But in 2016, one brand did something completely different. They ran a simple Facebook ad. No complicated product demonstration. No technical specifications. No claim about having the world's best candle. Just one question. If your hometown had a scent, what would it be? Then they launched a candle called Texas. And something unexpected happened. The internet started arguing. Should Texas smell like dry prairie grass or a smoking barbecue pit? People tagged their friends. They debated in the comments. They started asking, where is the California one? What does New Jersey smell like? People weren't simply looking at a candle anymore. And that simple idea helped drive the brand to seven-figure revenues within months. So here's the question. How can a $30 candle become a $1 million business without winning on product features? The answer is simple. They weren't selling a scent. They were selling identity. Stop selling the product. Think about a normal candle, wax, a wick, fragrance, burn time. These are functional features. And when every competitor has similar features, what happens? The product becomes a commodity. Customers compare. Which one smells better? Which one burns longer? Which one is cheaper? And eventually, brands enter the same race. Better features, lower price, more promotion, lower margin. But Homesick changed the equation. Instead of wax plus fragrance equals product value, they built something very different. Memory plus belonging equals identity. Put the word Texas on a candle, and suddenly, that same glass jar means something completely different. It is no longer just a candle. For someone from Texas, it can represent home, pride, belonging, a place they miss, a part of who they are. The physical product stayed simple, but the meaning became much bigger. And that is the power of an identity product. The customer isn't just thinking, this smells good. They're thinking, this is me. Don't guess the emotion. Research it. But there is another important lesson here. Homesick didn't simply say, let's make something emotional. They went to the people who actually lived there. They surveyed locals and explored the memories connected to a place. What does the air feel like? What trees do you remember? What does the earth smell like after rain? What familiar places instantly take you back? Because memory is rarely rational. You don't remember your hometown as a list of product attributes. You remember a street, a house, a season, a smell, a person, a moment. So the product concept was not created by starting with, what fragrance should we manufacture? It started with, what memory are we trying to bring back? That is a very different way to develop a product. The candle became the physical vessel. The real product was the memory inside it. One product can become a concept factory. And this is where the strategy gets even more interesting. Homesick realized that people don't have only one identity. You can be from Texas, but you can also be a college graduate, a new homeowner, a movie fan, a Harry Potter fan, someone starting a new job, or someone who misses their grandmother's kitchen. So the candle became a blank canvas. The physical product stayed relatively simple, but the concept could keep changing. They moved into life moments, new home, new job, grandma's kitchen. And then they moved into cultural nostalgia and fandoms. They partnered with major entertainment properties such as Barbie, Harry Potter, Friends, Major League Baseball. Think about the business model here. They didn't have to create an emotional connection from zero. Harry Potter fans already had one. Friends fans already had one. The brand simply connected an existing emotional world to a physical product. That is incredibly powerful, because the product does not always have to create the emotion. Sometimes, the brand can borrow an emotion that already exists. The $30 candle that became a message. Now imagine a normal $30 candle. You buy it as a gift. It's nice, it's useful, it's a transaction. But imagine buying a Texas candle for a friend who grew up in Texas and now lives thousands of miles away. You're no longer sending them $30 worth of wax. You're sending a message. I know you miss home. I remember where you came from. And suddenly, the value of the product changes. This is one of the most important principles in marketing. Consumers don't always pay for what a product is. They pay for what the product means. The raw materials may have a measurable cost, but emotional meaning doesn't. And when emotional value becomes strong enough, the customer stops asking, how much did the wax cost? They start asking, what does this mean to me? From product to community. And something even more powerful can happen. When a product represents someone's identity or memory, people don't just buy it. They give it, they post it, they talk about it, they share it with friends. The customer starts becoming part of the marketing engine. That means the business is no longer just selling products. It is building a community around shared emotions. And this creates a very different growth loop. Emotion, purchase, gifting, sharing, community, more customers. That's much more powerful than simply saying, buy our candle because our wax is better. But then they made a classic scaling mistake. Now here's where the story gets interesting. Because even a brilliant concept can create a business problem. As Homesick grew, they started creating more and more variations, more scents, more SKUs, more products, and then the familiar growth trap appeared. Too many SKUs led to too much inventory, which led to more aggressive advertising, which led to discounting and clearance. And suddenly, the brand was stuck on a hamster wheel. Create more products, sell more products, move the inventory, create more ads, discount the products, repeat. The problem wasn't simply operational. The brand started losing sight of what made it special in the first place. And this is perhaps the most important lesson from the entire case. The real product was never the candle. The wax was not the product. The wick was not the product. The glass jar was not the product. Even the fragrance was not the most valuable asset. The real raw material was human memory. That was what Homesick was mining. They were taking something invisible and giving it a physical form, a memory, a feeling, a sense of belonging, a moment from the past, and putting it inside a box. That's what made the product difficult to compare. Because you can compare wax quality, burn time, fragrance, price, but how do you compare the feeling of going home? How much is a childhood memory worth? How much is nostalgia worth? Nostalgia has no list price, and that is where a commodity can become a brand. So when you look at your own product, don't only ask, how can we make it better? Ask a more important question. What can this product mean? What identity can it represent? What memory can it bring back? What feeling can it own? What existing emotional world can it connect to? Because the strongest brands don't simply put better features into a product. They put meaning into it. And when customers stop buying your product only for what it does and start buying it for what it says about them, You stop competing only on features. You stop competing only on price. And you start building something much harder to copy: a brand. So here's the question for you. Are you selling wax and wicks? Or are you bottling a feeling your customer already cares about?